Hello and welcome to Scissorboy.com. Great to have you with me. My name's Adriana. This is the lovely Sky. Now, Sky is going to be taking us through one of her haircuts, and you've actually got a name for this one, haven't you?
Yeah, we're actually going to be working on a haircut called the Teardrop, which is kind of like a concept haircut for our salon brand, Seanhanna. And I'm going to be kind of working with some sections at the back, starting out with my outline, a little bit shorter on the nape of the neck, a little bit longer towards the front, and then a disconnected section through the top, where we actually get the name Teardrop from, because the haircut's done in tears. So I'm just going to start with my outline through the bottom here. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, we're going to start at the nape of the neck and use a point cut technique.
Oh, wow, I see what you're doing, yeah. Makes it a softer line.
So I'm using my fingers to sort of put down a little bit of tension onto the hair. So it kind of bounces up and it has that little bit of graduation to it. So also, I'm wanting the length to be a little bit longer towards the front. So I'm over-directing a little bit back, just so I've got that.
All right, so it starts to get longer.
Yeah, so it starts to get just that little bit of a length before I go past the ear.
Right.
You can just see I'm coming around to the sides. Yeah. And our sectioning pattern is just going to go slightly down. It's going to help us with a bit of the length as well, in terms of sort of making it longer towards the front. You can kind of see when we finish, we're going to have sort of a nice sort of shape to play with there.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm still holding the hair back. I'm going to over-direct everything back and still using my point cut technique as well.
Okay. Let's see how it's going to
We've
work.
got our little bit of length towards the back, and we're sort of getting that length just looking a little bit longer towards the front as well. So I'm going to clip this all back since I've got all my outline and my weight. I'm just going to clean that away, and I'm going to start on my internal shape through the top.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah? I'm just going to start with sort of like almost like an arc section towards the front. And each section that I'm going to do is going to be a different type of layer, and I'm going to be over-directing it to one point to sort of create a shorter to longer feel.
Right.
So sort of clip that out of the way and show that sectioning pattern. So I'm going to over-direct to the side. I'm using my over-direction technique, and also sort of thinking about your body positioning as well. I'm sort of on this side of our model here, so it helps me sort of be able to sort of use my arm, over-direct my body as well to be able to sort of get that shorter to longer feel with the layer.
So I was about to ask, those are the things you have to bear in mind when you're doing the over-directing.
It's going to create another tier.
Follow the same line, right, okay.
And instead of actually going this way, I'm going to go the other way.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to turn Susie round instead of using my body positioning on the other side to create the over-direction technique. So we're getting that shorter to longer feeling again. Okay, so once I've sort of completed all of that, I just want to have a double check of sort of how the layers sort of blend together. So I've got still my horseshoe section through the top, and I'm going to do like a central profile section, which is just sort of like, I'll just have a look at sort of the way that the layers are flowing together. Just as like almost like a cross check, because obviously we've been using disconnection there. I just want to make sure that it kind of is looking how it's supposed to look.
Right, okay.
So this is my arc section. Just sort of tilting that down. And I'm just going to bring everything, because I want to still keep that little bit of length, but I just want to take off where that sort of swept fringe is.
Okay.
Okay, that's our haircut completely cut in entirety to it. So I'm going to dry it off, show off those layers a little bit more.
Looks lovely, I can see them.
You can sort of see
really
like
nice.
our sort of, we started through the back here, sort of creating that sort of shorter feel to it. We've got some of those layers sort of hanging over it, which is quite nice. We kept that length. We over-directed everything back to kind of create a little bit more length towards the front. with our sort of horseshoe zigzag section through the top, we sort of did the disconnected layers that were done in tiers, and they were over-directed each side to create a shorter, longer feel. And we sort of visually checked all the layers and did the length towards the front.
Okay, now Sky's finished off the haircut. Now you blow dried it, right?
Yeah, we used a medium-sized round brush to blow dry the hair and just sort of show off the layers a little bit. You can just see through the haircut some of the shorter, longer areas, and you can kind of see some of those longer layers kind of coming down, some of those shorter layers through it as well. It just kind of gives it a little bit of texture, just not your normal average sort of shorter layered haircut.
Yeah.